welcome to this How to Draw a Narwhal. I'm super excited that you're here with me. Listen to these couple little tidbits and pointers and then come back and join me. Hey there friends, welcome to Artsy Rose's channel, and on here I'll be teaching you all different kinds of things. But the most important thing to remember is that you are your own special artist, and how you choose to do something doesn't have to be anything like anybody else's. I'm just here for the guidance and to offer you some different insights in teaching and how to use different supplies and how to maybe draw in a different way or technique. So I am so excited to spend some time with you, and I, of course, cannot wait to get started. But first, go ahead and gather up all your supplies. You'll need something to draw with, such as a pencil, an eraser if you have one. I do love to use a Sharpie or a marker for tracing my pencil lines, and then whatever you have to fill in with color. That could be markers, crayons, colored pencils, permanent markers, gel pens, paints, oil pastels, whatever it may be that you have. And of course, we'll use different supplies for different projects, but if you don't have something that I'm using, use what you have, make it work, right? And remember, there are no mistakes, there are only happy accidents, said somebody famous a long time ago. So no stressing. If you have oopsies, you can always change it and turn it into something else. You guys take a deep breath and of course, gather those supplies, maybe grab a drink and a snack, and let's get started. Now, down below, you can see the puggies. That is Raina on the left, Biggie on the right, and they're just so cute, like for real, right? And then, of course, we've got the close-up over here, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, I am gonna start with a permanent marker, and I'm gonna have my narwhal kind of like aiming their horn upwards. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a curved line like so, and then we're going to from here kind of do a bunch of little curves like that, and then back towards the body. All right, next we're going to do a smile, and we're going to have a little bit of the body, and then we've got our fin, and then our body continues and comes to a point. Okay, so here is our cute little narwhal. So we've got a frowny face, we've got a curved body here, a little fin, and then we've got our, horn. All right. Sometimes it's fun to recreate mythical creatures and just really, daydream a little. Now I'm going to show you up close on that eye right there. Those are all going to be the shines in the eye. Now, I know everybody has their own way of doing things, so you guys feel free to do your shine how you want to. All right, now we got a fun little tail. Okay, so how about we do, let's see if I can go this way. We're going to do a smaller narwhal, like maybe that's the mama, and then this is the baby. Why not? Okay. And then we've got to do a smile, and then we've got to do the mouth, and then we've got to do a fin and back around. Like so. Oh my goodness. And then another little eye over here. Okay, So now that we've got mama and baby, down here, maybe we've got like a little sandy hill going on. And then of course we might have some seaweed or seagrass or whatever that would be called growing. Maybe we've got some other plants kind of growing down in here. And of course, this is your art, guys. You do you. Do whatever makes you happy. Make this your own creation, of course. Now, I'm gonna have just the little top edge of the water right there. So I guess in a way, this is like the horizon line. We have the sky and then we have the water, okay? So from here, you really get to have fun with your colors. I think I am going to, like I said, I'm going to use some oil pastels, and I'm going to work with two different kinds. I'm going to use the Crayola kind that I really love, and then I'm going to use the Pentel kind, which are also equally just as great. They just seem to be a little harder, I guess, whereas the Crayolas are much softer and easier to blend. So at this point, if you wanted to pause me or time me out, you could totally do that and trace all your pencil lines. I think that looks really good to do that. And you can then unpause me and come back and join in the coloring part, okay? And use what you have. You don't have oil pastels? Don't use oil pastels. Use something else. Use paints, use crayons, use colored pencils, whatever it may be. Whatever you enjoy using or you have on hand is the best option, of course. And there's the babies again. They're just a snoozing away. We are going to move back into the painting or into the artwork, and then we'll go from there. So if you have questions, don't hesitate. Drop me a comment. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And of course, I am just excited to be making art. Let's just have fun with our colors a little bit, okay? We're gonna go a little out of the norm. All right, so I'm gonna do some yellow, like we got a sunset going on. Now remember, just because I do something a certain way definitely does not mean you have to. This is just my vision. Your vision can be very different, and that's the beautiful thing about art, is everybody's visions and opinions and whatnot can be much different. My daughter has started saying that whatnot, and now here I am. Makes me giggle when she says it. Makes her seem like she's older than what she is. I don't even know where it came from. Maybe one of her teachers says it at school. Okay, so right now we've got this great reflection that's kind of going into the water and, you know, off of the sky, it's kind of reflecting into the water. So that's kind of fun, right? There we go. I need to peel this. Now, I will say, don't peel your whole wrapper off. Sometimes it's nice to have something that's not messy to hold on to, right? So we're gonna work that. There we go. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna go into a little bit of this purple. I love this purple. It's like a pinky purple. There we go. All right, so we worked this in. Now, I don't know if you can tell out there, you know, on the other side of the screen, yeah, you can tell. I am leaving white spots on purpose. I am going to be blending those in a minute and really working those out, okay? Just so you know. I am doing that on purpose. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into, yep, there's a regular purple. So currently these are all Crayolas that I'm using. I do love the Crayolas. I'm a sucker for any of their products for the most part. Like, if you don't have a complaint about something, then just use it and enjoy it and be happy with it, right? Okay. gonna work that on down. There we go. Now sometimes instead of blending with white, you can blend with another color that is similar, right? So I could blend with like pink on top of the purple, or the magenta on top of the purple, and that would work too. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into this darkest one, which is a blue violet. Okay. There we go. Trying to kind of avoid the seaweed a little bit. This is such a dark color, it would be a little tricky to have to go over. So I am trying to be kind of careful and not color on top of my seaweed, whereas if we were using paint, it definitely wouldn't be as big a deal because you could just let it dry and paint over it, you know? So there we go. Okay. And I'm trying to leave a little bit of a gap around this plant that I made, so whenever I fill it in, it'll look nice. Notice that I'm trying to keep my color lines fluid, kind of going together, like the sun rays shining down. So it's really important that you pay attention to all the details when you're creating art, and one of the details is the direction that your color lines are going. So as little of a detail as that may be, it does make a really big difference. Okay, there we go. And you guys probably having a bit of a hard time seeing it, so we're gonna close these blinds. This time of day, that light starts really shining in and it makes it a little bit more difficult to see. There we go. Okay. Much better. Now, that we have that done, I am gonna switch to my white, or I could even switch to a peach and work on doing some blending and mixing in the colors and getting rid of all of those tiny white spots. So again, attention to detail, that's important. Okay, so I obviously use my white a lot. It's looking very small and sad, but that's okay. It will still work even if it's tiny. All right, I'm gonna start at the middle. Now, if your oil pastels are too yucky, they will really smear other colors as you're blending. And so if you don't like that, like I don't really mind because I think it looks kind of cool, but if you don't like that, then you want to clean your oil pastels. And I have found the easiest trick for doing that is using a paper towel and just rubbing it into a paper towel and getting all of those little smudgies off the tip of your oil pastel that you're using to color. So now this is blending in and it's kind of smearing our colors around and filling in a lot of those little tiny white spots that we were seeing. So that's nice. There we go. And again, keep those color lines going the same direction, my friends. There we go. All right. There we go. I just keep working it. Okay. Your arm's gonna get a little bit of a workout, guys. You know, that happens with art sometimes. We get a workout. Okay, so there's the center. You can see the difference between here and here. There's a big difference because of going over the base color with the white and kind of blending and smearing those colors together. So it really helps, it really makes a difference. There we go. Ta-da-da. All right. So again, we just keep working on smearing and blending. And so essentially I am just putting a white layer over all of this and getting it all filled in. Come down here. Okay, so we got that all filled in down there. Now I could potentially go back with the darker purpley color and put a little bit of that back down at the bottom, so we really increase that ombre effect. There we go. So oiled pastels are most definitely my favorite thing to color with. I just love how you can layer them and blend them, and it almost, especially from a distance, they look like a painting. You know, when you're using the oil pastels, your artwork almost looks like a painting when you're finished from a distance. It's so beautiful. Okay, so for this sand, I was thinking about using this, what's it called? Yellow orange, and possibly a little bit of brown. So maybe just a smidge of brown here and there. And then what's gonna happen is our yellowy color will really blend on top. And then I'm gonna put a little base layer of white at the very top. So that way it's even softer up there, okay? Now we can go over all of this with our yellow. There we go. Coloring from an angle sometimes is really difficult. Hopefully you guys are just coloring flat, right in front of you. It's definitely a better perspective. There we go. Okay, so there's that, and then I can take my white and go back on top just to make sure we don't leave any little white spot gaps in there. Ooh, we got some bright sand. I maybe should have just done brown, but you know, it is what it is, whatever. We can even put a little bit of brown back in there, and just kind of a quick little choop, choop, choop here and there. There we go. So again, the more layers, the better. Now, I'm thinking we may have to do, yeah, kind of a darker green for our little plant down here. There we go, so that way we can really cover up those lines, fill in those spots. There we go. We could even use a pop, if it'll let us, of light green. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to do light green first. I'm going to do light green on the side that is closest to the light. Okay, I see the light. And then I will do the darker green on the opposite side. So it's kind of like it's in the shadows. There we go. There we go. All right, maybe even put a little pop of yellow just to really like lighten up those light spots. I don't even think that's even noticeable, honestly, but maybe. There. Okay, and then for our narwhal, I personally am a little obsessed with teal. So what if we did a very light teal? So I'm using the side of the pastel to kind of put a light layer on. Just like so. Very soft layer. There we go. Okay. There. Okay, now then on top of this, we're gonna go in with our white and work on blending that soft layer, kind of get it to smear around. Okay, fill this in. Whew, my goodness, fellas and ladies, my arm is sore. It's okay though, this is so cute. Okay, so we get that all filled in. There we go. All right. And then we're gonna add some details. So I work with layers when I'm painting, and I work with layers whenever I'm doing oil pastels. So we did 2 layers, and then now we can go in, maybe add like some spots. There we go. Kind of some little character spots on there, right? Here we go. So I'm just making little ovals that are different sizes, not trying to make them all the same or perfect or uniform. They're just on there, okay? Then I could even go in maybe with like a blue, kind of put a little curve at the bottom of those spots, which gives them a little bit of a shadow, kind of helps it look like they're standing out a little. Maybe a little curve here, a little curve there. Curve, 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 curve. There we go. Okay, so now, here we go. Oh my goodness, so cute. Okay, so these eyes I'm a little nervous about because they're kind of small, and we're trying to squeeze in an oil pastel in there. Now, potentially I could just use like a colored pencil. And I'm looking, do I have, yeah, it's not sharpened, of course. So I'll just go slow and careful and kind of use the little corner edge. There we go. There, it kind of worked on our eye. And then the same thing over here, just go real slow, careful. Don't get crazy, because then you will for sure get out of the lines. There. And then we'll do a little outline here, like so. There we go, and an outline here and here. Fabulous. There. Awesome. Okay, so now really we just have the horns, right? And you got to think, okay, what color is probably gonna look the best? Honestly, it's really up to you. I think I'm gonna go real soft yellow in here. Real soft yellow, then it kind of blends into the sky. And then of course I'll color on top of that with some white, soften it up, blend it in. Ooh, this is a dirty white. It is smudgy. That's okay though. Okay, and then I'll take my black and retrace those lines. You don't have to do this, but personally, I think it really brings it all together. But that's my opinion. Okay. There we go. And then what if I used the darker purple to create that sea line? Ooh. Oh my goodness. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So now we have to see, what do we think? Do we like it? Do we want to change anything? You know, what do we need to do? So I am going to, there we go, add a little bit of white. You could even, I'm spying over here, and I have a big old glob of white paint from a previous project that I did today. Oh, reach. And I've got a little brush I could clean out. There we go. Dry it off. Okay. Look at this. Watch. We're gonna put some white right in there because the white oil pastel can't really do that. Oh my goodness. Like this. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. So see, just that little pop. And if you don't have acrylics, you could use tempera. I don't really know what else would work on it, though, to get, you know, to get it to really pop like that, because white oil pastel wouldn't work. So I love it. I'm gonna put a little bit of white on their little horns. There we go. Oh my goodness. And another trick, since I kind of got out of the lines, is I can put a little bit of white on my brush and redot that eye. There we go. And refix that so it really pops and stands out. Same thing over here. This one I actually did better coloring on. There we go. All right, so that, my friends, I think is quite a fabulous narwhal. And if you missed it, we did a very silly fish on the last YouTube post. I believe it was Monday. So definitely go back and check out the fish if you're into this whole underwater thing. But OMG, this is making my heart so happy. Yay! I love it. So fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed this project. If you have other project ideas, drop me a comment for sure. And of course, you know, do all the things. And you can watch this next little short clip to know what those things are. Have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. And I will see y'all soon in another project. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that, and definitely turn on the bell notifications so that you know whenever I upload a new video. And please share whatever videos you love with the people you care about. So I'm definitely trying to build up my YouTube channel and appreciate all the support that you can give. Leave me comments down below and let me know what you thought of the project, or if you have any future project ideas. I would love to hear that. Have a great day.